A lovely good afternoon, time now for midday news. The labor movement against contributing high pay as you earn. Former Agriculture Minister GREYFORD MONDE predicts hunger as meal prices go up. KABWE mayor cries over KK statue as residents reject the sculpture. Malawi intensifies cholera prevention measures for schools. And in sports, Football Association of Wallace agreed landmark deal of eco pay. We have the details shortly.
The lampshade shop are manufacturers and retailers of a wide range of quality handcrafted lampshades. So, when it comes to deco gallery, why not make lampshade shop your first priority? We are located off Great East Road, between Hybrid Hatchery Lusaka and University Farm or African Vision of Girl Child. For more information, contact us on 0972 32 2711.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cholera from Cho's Fitness Gym. We're a fully functional gym located along Twin Palm Road in Kablonga, right by Cheshire Homes Society of Zambia. So we have very classes that happen from Monday to Friday. We have aerobics, we have boot camp, we have step aerobics, we have spinning, we have kettlebell classes. They happen from 18 to 19 hours every day, and we are open from 06 until 20 hours. That's Monday to Friday. Then Saturdays 6 to 12, and then Sundays we are closed. And most public holidays we are open 6 to 12.
Some residents in KABWE have challenged KABWE Mayor Patrick Tishala to pull down the KK statue mounted in front of the KABWE High Court roundabout. Speaking during random interviews, residents say the statue is ugly, a source of conflict, and that it does not reflect the true replica of the founding father of Zambia, the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. And others have described it as a failed project which needs to be uprooted immediately. The statue has received wider condemnation on social media, both locally and abroad. More in this report.
Videos are there where they are seen unplugging and destroying and unwrapping the statues, as it were.
A selected members of community in KABWE has challenged KABWE Mayor Patrick Tishala to pull down the infamous KK statue mounted in front of the KABWE High Court roundabout. The community has described the statue as ugly and a source of conflict, adding that it was poorly done and that it does not even reflect the true replica of the founding father of this nation, the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda.
I'm not proud of that statue. It's not looking gorgeous, it's not nice.
The statue has been wrapped again few days after the mayor unveiled it.
So what's supposed to be done? We just have to put a new structure. Not was enough to not protect. So the support the town center, town center.
They just need to remove that thing. If they are able to make something better, then they can continue from what they do. But for now, that thing needs to be removed.
Even Zambians in the diaspora, including foreigners, have also condemned the statue on social media. The statue has received more negative comments on social media, others describing it a failed project of the 21st century of the town. Petronella Msangulule, Camnet TV News in KABWE, Central Province.
Former Deputy Minister of Agriculture under the Patriotic Front administration, GREYFORD MONDE, has charged that the 2022-2023 farming season is the worst farming season ever in the history of the country. Mr. Monde has since predicted hunger in the year 2023. Mr. Monde, who is a Patriotic Front presidential aspirant, says the prevailing high cost of mealie is a reflection of the mismanagement of the agriculture sector by the UPND government. Mr. Monde says the government must move away from what he terms as a chaotic management of the agriculture sector for the year 2023-2024 farming season. Here's a report.
The episode of the 2022-2023 farming season was characterized by hiccups in the agriculture sector. Prominent among them was what many stakeholders have described as a chaotic distribution of farming inputs. Former Deputy Minister of Agriculture under the Patriotic Front PF administration, GREYFORD MONDE, notes that the government has not been proactive in addressing pitfalls in the agriculture sector. The PF presidential hopeful has since advised the United Party for National Development Administration to improve the delivery of farming inputs under the 2023-2024 farming season.
So in my view, I think that government really at this stage, they must just begin to work to ensure that the next season, the 2023-2024 season, is well done, unlike what they have done. I think it's completely failure on the part of government. And I'm glad that the government has taken responsibilities, except there are certain overzealous government officers who still want to insist that government has done the correct thing. I fear for the country this 2023 that there will be serious hunger. You know that currently, as I'm talking to you, the country is crying. There is no food, there is no mealie meal, the prices have gone very high. Even where the prices are high, sometimes you don't even find a commodity.
The country has also seen a rise in the price of mealie meal, fetching between 185 kwacha to 200 kwacha and beyond in some areas. And Mr. Monde notes that the high price of mealie meal, which is beyond the reach of many Zambians, is a reflection of mismanagement of the agriculture sector. He has since tipped the UPND government on how to manage the mealie meal situation in the country.
The price of mealie meal is keeping to go up. Okay, it's now at 280. In certain places, actually, it's at 300 kwacha per bag. And even that 300, you have to wake up at 04 because there's a scarcity of the commodity on the market. So I think for me, really, government should have stepped up their efforts. I know when I was Minister of Agriculture myself, that every morning during such times of crisis, we would sit down and make sure that we control the prices. How did we do it? We would engage the millers every day. 6 o'clock we would have a meeting at the ministry, talking to the millers. Do you have commodity? What are your gaps? How much do you need? Okay, I need 5 tons of maize. FRA, please, can you provide to these people at such a price? How much are you selling? We're selling at so much. With that price, if we give you the commodity ourselves, we want you to be at this price. Who would control?
Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
The Zambia Congress of Trade Union has called on government to undertake a comprehensive review of the pay-as-you-earn tax this year to reduce the tax burden on workers and sustainably increase the disposable incomes for workers. ZCTU President Blake Mlala notes that workers across the country have continued to bear the heavy tax burden primarily from pay-as-you-earn and value-added tax, adding that in this year's national budget, workers are expected to contribute 19.3 billion kwacha in income tax alone, in addition to other tax contributions that come through VAT and levies. Mr. Mlala explains that an analysis of the current revenue performance as per recent data released by the Zambia Revenue Authority shows that the pay-as-you-earn contributes the largest share of the total revenue at 20% of all total revenue. And now Mr. Mlala was speaking during the Tripartite Consultative Labour Council meeting in Lusaka on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Labour and Social Security Minister Brenda Tambatamba says the meeting is aimed at finding solutions to the challenges in the labour market. We have details in this report.
Wednesday, 18th January 2023, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security led stakeholders in a tripartite consultative Labour Council in Lusaka to discuss patent issues in the sector. During the meeting, Zambia Congress of Trade Union, Mr. Blake Mlala, called on government to comprehend the review of pay-as-you-earn tax regime this year to reduce the tax burden on workers and sustainably increase the disposable incomes for workers. He notes with concern that workers are expected to contribute 19.3 kwacha in income tax alone, in addition to other tax contribution that came through VAT levies.
You may wish to know that the Zambian workers take much of the they pay much of the tax. From the 2023 budgets, almost 19.3 billion. This is money which is going to come from pay-as-you-earn and other related taxes. Therefore, we urge you and your governments to come up with a comprehensive review of the tax system so that the workers are relieved, especially on the pay-as-you-earn. We meet here to look at the challenges facing the labor markets.
Speaking earlier, Zambia Federation of Employers Vice President Kennedy Njambe also shared the perspective of employers in the wake of ongoing load shedding and the COVID-19 pandemic.
We are glad to be at this special tripartite Consultative Labour Council meeting, which has been called to do an introspection into the current load shedding of supply of electricity and the COVID-19 situation, as positive cases have been reported to be increasing in the past few days during this first month of January 2023. The introspection has become necessary, especially when one thinks of how the new minimum wages that have been adjusted upwards can be.
And officiating the event, Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba said the meeting is aimed at finding solutions to the surge in COVID-19 cases and discuss the negative impact of load shedding.
Government is deeply concerned about how negatively the load management, which is the result predominantly of climate change, has affected industry, especially small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Undoubtedly, government is doing everything possible to cushion these enterprises from the impact of power rationing through other line ministries. And of course, in so doing, when government pays attention to take measures that will protect industry, government is ensuring that we protect the very essence of the existence of industry, which is ensuring that the welfare of our citizens is protected, that the welfare of our citizens through those who are employed, that which also is extended to those who are unemployed in our households.
In our international news, no more school calendar in the major cities of Malawi, Lilongwe and Blantyre were delayed for 2 weeks now, citing that the two cities were hotspot areas that could probably put many students at risk. Government, through the responsible ministries, had put in place a task force to monitor the spread of the virus. Now, the Ministry of Education announced the resumption of classes in some areas on Tuesday and has set up a task force through the relevant ministries to monitor the spread of the virus. Meanwhile, the UN's Children's Agency, UNICEF, has handed over life-saving supplies worth about $300,000 to support Malawi's fight against cholera outbreak, which has killed more than 700 people, including 104 children since the outbreak began in March of last year. Here's a roundup of international news.
Normal school calendar in Malawi's major cities, Lilongwe and Blantyre, were delayed for 2 weeks now, citing that the two cities were hotspot areas that could probably put many students at risk. Government, through the responsible ministries, had put in place a task force to monitor the spread of the virus.
We are encouraging them to wash their hands frequently. We have in buckets where will be put water to wash their hands and soap. We also have disinfectants, a chlorine for cleaning the toilets and the classrooms. We are discouraging the learners to buy cooked food around here. We are encouraging them to bring already cooked food from their homes.
UNICEF has handed over life-saving supplies worth about $300,000 to support Malawi's fight against a cholera outbreak, which has killed more than 700 people, including 104 children, since the outbreak began in March of last year.
We have supported the Ministry of Education on protocols for safe schools, on hygiene behavior, hand washing, access to safe water, and today we are handing over symbolically to the Minister, the Honourable Minister of Water and Sanitation, wash supplies, water, sanitation and hygiene, which is soap for hand washing, which is tablets for water disinfection, which is buckets, chlorine and other supplies.
The WHO said 31 countries have reported cholera outbreaks since December, a 50% increase over previous years.
A tiger that escaped from a private farm in South Africa and attacked a man and killed 2 dogs and a pig while on the loose for days was euthanized on Wednesday. The 8-year-old female tiger was shot in the early hours of the morning after being spotted in a residential area near where it escaped in Walkerville region south of Johannesburg, according to police. Sheba, who was kept as a pet in an enclosure on a small holding, escaped on Saturday. Such officials used drones and a helicopter to try to locate the tiger. The big cat was finally tracked down in a nearby farming area and close to a number of homes. Its escape has prompted animal welfare organizations to question South Africa's laws around keeping exotic animals as pets.
Libya donated several dozen trucks of food supplies on Tuesday to neighboring Tunisia. The Libyan embassy said months into an economic crisis that has seen repeated shortages of basic goods. A convoy of 96 trucks carrying sugar, oil, flour, and rice from Tripoli passed the Ras Jdir crossing on Tuesday morning, according to the spokesman of Libyan embassy in Tunisia. The operation is set to bring a total of 170 truckloads of supplies from Tripoli, he added. Tunisia is in the grip of a downturn that has spiraled since the 2011 revolution. The country has seen repeated shortages of basic goods, from coffee to petrol in recent months, along with political crisis following President Kais Saied's dramatic power grab in July 2021.
That's all in international news. Time now for sports news. Wales joined other nations such as United States of America, England, Brazil, Australia, Norway and New Zealand in paying their players the same international match fee. Scotland's women's national football team are taking legal action against the Scottish FA in a fight over equal pay and conditions after talks broke down. Discussions over agreeing a new pay deal to give parity to Wales women have been going on for well over a year, with talks initially taking place in November 2021. FAW Chief Executive Noel Mooney has been in ongoing discussions with Wales Women's senior leadership group, which includes Wales' most kept player Jess Fish-Lock, women's captain Sophie Ingle, and Wales' record goal scorer Helen Ward. An agreement on equal pay was expedited by Wales men agreeing to a cut to their international match fee, with every member of Robert Page's squad agreeing unanimously to do so. And on that sporting item, we come to the end of the news at 12. But before we go, let's look at some of the stories that made the news. The labor movement against contributing high pay as you earn. Former Agriculture Minister GREYFORD MONDE predicts hunger as meal prices go up. KABWE Mayor cries over KK statue as residents reject the sculpture. In international headlines, Malawi intensifies cholera prevention measures for schools. And finally, in sports, Football Association of Wales agree landmark deal of equal pay. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Louisia Nalupumbo. It's bye for now.